There seems to be no lack of Christian leaders, pastors, and people involved in prominent Christian organizations falling and being disqualified. And this has happened again, the most recent one being Josh Buice. And the story behind that is that he has been shown to have created some anonymous Twitter feeds and some Substack accounts and so on, in which he was under a different name using those platforms to go after other Reformed leaders. Josh Buice is one of the most prominent of the new Reformed leaders that are out there, who are known to be very aggressive in expressing their views on various topics and situations. And so he apparently was going after others and also going after other leaders at his church. And this is huge because Josh Buice was the founder of G3 Ministries, which is one of the most prominent of these Reformed organizations, and it has been very influential. And this has been a big thing. And I want to respond to this, but perhaps not in the way that people are thinking about, because there might be a different take here. First of all, one of the things that's come up is that apparently Josh Buice has repented of what he has done, despite having recently denied that he was involved in such things. He has repented of that. So what does that mean? Well, I hope he has repented of that. Is he sorry that he got caught? Is he sorry that... What is he sorry for? I mean, I would assume that he still holds the same negative feelings towards the people he was going after. But I'm not really sure what he has repented of, and that will be for his local church and his organization to figure things out. Of course, one of the questions to ask is, does repentance mean that you are able to return to ministry in that way? I have some questions about that. There was another prominent conservative social media figure who was saying this is no big deal. It's not about sexual sin. He hasn't committed adultery, so what's the big deal? Well, he actually was slandering people, and this is actually a big deal, and I'm going to be getting to that in a moment. So the way I want to take a look at this is not to look at Josh Buice as an individual, but as someone who is reflective of a certain style of Christian social media figure, celebrity pastor that is out there, and one that goes after other people. Now, it is really interesting that this kind of behavior has been lifted up as being kind of good. Like, this demonstrates zeal. And what seems to be getting people most upset is that he had these anonymous accounts, that he was using different accounts that were not obvious to belong to him in order to achieve his goals. And that's what people seem to be most upset about. But should we be upset with the kinds of things that he said and some of the other really aggressive Reformed pastors and leaders are saying under their own names? And you might think, well, no, not really. That's zeal for the truth. And if they're going to go after people that they see as being off in some way, even if they're other conservative Reformed leaders, if you have a problem with them, go after them, both barrels blazing. Is that what you should do? Well, it's interesting that when you look at slander in the Bible, in the New Testament, it's very often found in those sin lists. You know, the sin list that we say gay people can't be a part of the church. In fact, they're going to hell because they're found in the sin list. Well, slander is found in those same kinds of sin lists. And yet somehow, instead of saying that this is a bad thing, we have said, well, slander maybe is impolite, but you can achieve the goals, and you can certainly destroy your opponents in a nice way. And yet Paul says in Colossians chapter 3, verse 8, "But now you must put them all away, anger, wrath, malice, slander, and obscene talk from your mouth." These are the very things that I see in a lot of this conservative, reformed social media circle, where they are constantly attacking fellow Christians, and not just people who happen to be labeled as Christian, but other people in their same circles, other reformed people. It's getting rabid how things are. And they seem to see that that is an indication of what a great Christian they are. And even though Paul says specifically that slander is such a bad thing. And so I think instead of focusing on Josh Buice, because his story will fall away and people will lose interest, we need to be considering what we do online and what we do in our pulpits, and how we treat others, how we treat other Christians, how we treat other pastors, how we treat people in general, and to reconsider the way we use our language, and to focus on respectful and truthful talk. There's a place for dialogue, there's a place for difference, there's a place for debate, but we should not be slandering people. Thank you for watching this video, and pray that you would consider the things that I have talked about, and please visit me at my website, Stephen J. Bedard.